listening to the Burnt Offerings podcast, a show about cigars, friends, faith, and general tomfoolery. Do not take these guys too seriously. Now grab a stick, settle in, and let's set fire to foot. This is Burnt Offerings.
Welcome back, friends, to another episode of the Burnt Offerings podcast, a podcast where we talk about cigars, life, and all the points of intersection in between. We are so glad that you have chosen to join us for this episode. Along with me are my friends Patrick and Steven.
Mr. Birds himself is with us tonight.
Oh, man. Wow. I can't believe you're throwing that out there. I don't know if we should...
No explanation needed.
Listen, no
it's
mixing.
Good to have you with us.
Thank you. No mixing metaphors. Thank you. I appreciate
that. Well, gents, we have got a fun episode ahead of us here tonight. We are... We've kind of been on a journey of sorts. We've been, the last couple times we've gathered together, we have indulged in a boutique cigar, affectionately known as the Black Swan, both made by Rocky Patel and also Oliva Cigars. And we're continuing that journey tonight with the third installment in the Black Swan series. This one's made by EP Carrillo. It's a Dominican cigar, which... personally, I tend to shy away from. I'm not as a fan of Dominican across the board.
Why so?
Generally speaking, it's the flavor profile, kind of the general flavor profile. So not always the case, but a little more earthy or grassy in its flavor profile. And I've not, aside from like an Arturo Fuente, which is a phenomenal Dominican cigar, I've not come across a whole lot of others that had such a higher elevated flavor profile for me, and it's just been a little, I hate to say it this way, it's just been a little boring. I go for more of a Nicaraguan cigar. I like a little more spice and leathery notes. So a lot of great Dominican cigars out there. They're just not my go-to, tend to shy away from. But in looking at this is a Dominican cigar, and I'm sure we'll get into it as the episode goes along. There's a lot going on with this EP Carrillo Black Swan. Yeah. A lot more than just basic Dominican tobaccos. So,
well, that's because it's not just basic Dominican tobaccos, right?
No.
There's quite a few things in this thing.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it.
Well, let's, our ritual here on the Burnt Offerings podcast has been, we'd like to spend a moment paying attention to the cigar before we cut and light. Which I think is fitting to pay a little bit of homage to those who have crafted such a fine-looking cigar. It's wonderful. We got a Toro size cigar here this evening. Looks to be about 6 inches, maybe 6.5 by 54, 56 in the ring gauge. Good size stick. Simple band, kind of a matte finish band with some foil embossing on it. Just, it looks inviting.
Yeah.
Right in line with the rest of the Black Swan series,
absolutely.
Right? That's that kind of same design, but they've worked on the EP Carrillo. Ernesto Perez.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for Googling that.
Fun fact on Ernesto, resides both in the Dominican and Coral Gables, Florida.
Mr. Carrillo is still on the planet?
Indeed.
Okay.
Indeed he is. He's a Cuban-born. And now resides in the Dominican where they produce this stick. And then,
well, the double R, you have to roll your R's. You making roll their R's on this? Rio. No. All right. So, taking a nice big smell.
Yeah, the smell test, interesting. Not a lot there going on, but I encourage you, smell the foot after you've given the length of the cigar a couple of sniffs. Give the foot a smell and tell me what you noticed.
A little bit of hay, a little bit of manure, almost. What do you got?
Are you for real?
Yeah,
cinnamon.
I was gonna.
I'm not there.
I was gonna put it on a botanical end. Yes,
yeah.
I couldn't.
Cinnamon.
I don't know if I got cinnamon, but like
something. Maybe not quite that, but certainly not manure.
No, I don't say that. I don't say that in it smells like poop. Like I'm saying, I'm getting a little bit of like organic hay is kind of where I'm at, right?
I'm a little
kind of wet hay.
I'm a little more fruity, floral from that standpoint.
Well, this is going to be a fun ride.
Yeah, I just found it interesting that there was not a heavy perfume off the wrapper itself, but at the foot, there was definitely something going on. So
I'm going to do something new for me on the podcast, for me anyway. I'm going to punch this one. Got a little punch on the bottom of my cigar lighter here. I'm going to use that.
Patrick, you also look to be doing a punch.
I'm punch cutting tonight. That is less to do with the stick we're smoking and more to do with my recent smoking. I've been V cutting a lot lately, the last couple weeks, and I've just been fighting the draws.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm scared of just scalping the darn thing with my V cut, but so I'm going back to a punch, which I typically have really good luck with not having a tight draw. I get a good pull through it.
Okay.
Well, I did opt for the V cut. I'm almost exclusively a straight cut guillotine cut, but went with the V cut tonight. So we'll see how it treats me.
Okay, that's fascinating.
I've got a flavor profile that's kind of jumping to the front of my mind here, but I hesitate to speak first.
I'm getting. Hold on.
Mine is sweet.
Yeah, I'm getting dry cocoa,
Yeah.
like cocoa powder.
Okay.
I got a sweetness that I can't put my finger on.
The cornflakes. That's what came to my brain.
Okay.
Not necessarily frosted cornflakes.
Well, no, not too sweet.
Yeah,
Right.
a subtle sweetness, a little bit of that dryness, so I get the cocoa powder reference. But kind of that earthy corn note, if you will.
Yeah. Interesting.
So,
But not too sweet. Not the stuff that your parents wouldn't let you eat.
yeah, this is not sponsored by Tony the Tiger.
Already distinctly different than the other two. I am.
Yes.
I don't want to prejudge it through the whole thing, but it might be my favorite of the three already, just by hitting it right here. Because
This doesn't surprise me one bit.
because
no,
it's-
not at all, right?
I don't know. It's smooth. It doesn't smack me in the face like leather earthy, which is not my favorite. Which we know if you've listened enough, Ryan loves that stuff. If you want to hit him in the face with a ball glove, he'd like it. But
Please,
this,
sir, can I have another?
His CPAP is actually made of ball glove leather.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. From when he was a child. But so, it's not. Oh, I haven't got a lot of cedar yet. Nothing like that stuff that the Oliva had. That chocolatey cedar vibe.
No, this has a. It's very subtle in its flavors that are coming across.
Yeah.
Like you said, the other two definitely are more robust in the way the flavor greets you upon those initial couple draws. This is more subtle, almost kind of woody, or like dry roasted peanut a little bit.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily the flavor profile I'm getting, but just kind of that it's drier. I don't know how else to say it.
Yeah, I got some of that campfire. Not that it tastes like campfire, but the dryness that you could get with good seasoned campfire wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has a similar nose to that.
I am getting to get a little bit pepper
I was
on
gonna-
the
I was
back of
just
my
gonna-
throat.
there is some
On the-
spice
some
here.
spice in the back of my throat.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. So, we are not the world's leading experts on all things cigars, but we've smoked a few of these. Pepper tends to lend itself to, not Ecuador. What's the country I'm looking for?
Nicaragua.
Which there's some Nicaraguan in this, I believe, right?
There is. It is a smorgasbord,
There's
as
a
Ryan
smorgasbord
mentioned.
of things in here. So, but Dominican doesn't tend to be black peppery, right?
No.
That tends to be more of a Nicaragua vibe. But I'm getting it. It's on the back of my throat.
Yeah, let's break down.
Let's do that.
And if you're listening at home, you may want to make a little list here because I'm going to read off several different blends of tobacco leaf. So the wrapper is an Ecuadorian Habano wrapper, a little oily, and kind of a medium brown. So it's a natural wrapper. It's not maduroed, but it is a little bit darker. Ecuadorian Habano. The binder then is San Andrés, all just straight San Andrés Mexican leaf comes together to make the binder. And then the fun filler introduces Dominican tobacco, Nicaraguan, and also Connecticut broadleaf, which you're going to get some spice from that broadleaf as well.
Okay.
as well as some of those rich chocolatey tones. So what is that? 5 different unique tobacco leaves being married together to create this EP Carrillo Black Swan that has a radically different flavor profile from Rocky's version and also Oliva's version.
Right.
There's a lot going on there. I'm getting a little bit of that spice for sure.
Yeah.
I was most intrigued in reading about this ahead of time about using San Andrés as a binder and not as a wrapper. Most of the time when we see a San Andrés leaf, we see that as a wrapper.
Yeah.
And so that was intriguing to me to use it as a binder. Similar in how it's used, but it's not that final outside,
Yeah.
right? So they take the filler leaves where really you get kind of the makeup of the flavor. And that can come from a whole host of portions of the plant. And then they bind it together. They'll wrap that up kind of think of it as the inner wrapper. And then you've got an outer wrapper that you get a lot of your flavor from, that final flavor from on the outside. So you've seen in San Andrés on the inside as the binder was very intriguing to me. I thought, okay, what do we normally get from San Andrés? An interesting spice, a different flavor profile that we get in a lot of mass-produced cigars. And I don't remember which one we've smoked in the past on the show that had a San Andrés wrapper, but
I believe it was the Rocky Age Limited Rare.
Okay. We were pretty intrigued by it.
Yeah, and it brings a spice, and at least with that particular one, if I'm recalling our conversation, it brought a spice and also a smoothness, to the all around, to the kind of to the overall flavor profile of that cigar.
Well, I just had a retro hail.
Love that.
And it,
Show off.
You're welcome. It sweetened up a little bit. Like it hit my palate right there at the top of my nose, and I was like, oh, there's a little bit of sweetness there.
Similar to the sweetness you experienced when you before you lit up and when you were sniffing the foot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like I wouldn't. You called it cinnamon. I wouldn't put it there. It was something a little different than that. I have to do it again.
Yeah, I got a little bit of like a sweet vanilla in there. It's good. I'm trying to put words to what I'm getting there.
Happiness.
Yeah, happiness is definitely one of the words. Do you think there's a sense? I mean, obviously, I came in with some expectation, right? I've had good luck with Ernesto's blends before. How much does that brand or that maker carry an expectation in here? And I'll give you, maybe put you in another shoe. If Don Pepin does a Black Swan.
Oh my, I'm buying.
I mean, you're buying immediately.
Instant buy.
Based on expectation, right?
Yes.
You're buying a box.
Probably not a box, but definitely probably a 5-pack.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sight unseen. And that's exactly what I'm getting at. So how much, even if the brands that we've had so far, or the makers that we've had so far, the blenders that we've had so far haven't been your favorite, how much would that, or does that manage your expectation coming into one of these?
I mean, mine would be True Estates, right?
Yeah.
I like a lot of their stuff.
Yeah.
Can't afford a lot of some of their stuff. Yeah, I just won't.
There you go.
Yeah. But because I do enjoy an infused cigar, sorry if this turns people off on this podcast here, but I also love like the Undercrown.
Yeah.
Like it's the other day I was kind of tired of what was in my humidor, and I went online and ordered 10 of them, 10 Undercrowns. So I wouldn't.
We could do a whole rabbit trail on that moment right there.
So I could come back to my humidor and not be disappointed sometimes. And just because. So if you told me True Estates made one, I'd be kind of like you with Pepin, right? I'd be like, oh, I need to go figure that out. Like I'm going to do that.
I'm barely an inch in at this point. I think this has been very interesting for the first inch.
Yeah.
There's been a lot going on in here. I'm getting spice. I'm getting the spice and the sweetness are mixing in a very interesting way.
Yes.
It doesn't taste like this, but the sensation is similar to like when you have a hot cinnamon. You know, that kind of like, I'm getting a little bit of that like sweet, but
Sweet heat?
Sweet heat, right, in the mouth. Now, that's not the taste, but the sensation in my mouth is similar to that. Like a spicy floral. Like that botanical note is in there for sure. I like that. I like that about the Pledge as well.
Yeah.
There was a botanical note to that one as well. There's definitely a botanical here, and I can't totally place what it is. It's bright, though.
It is. And of the 3 different Black Swans, the other 2 did not have botanicals.
No.
That's why he's laughing at you.
Was I saying botanical?
Botanicals.
Botanical.
Mr. Tanacle, Mr. Botanical.
Party of 4.
Listen, I went down to the Low Country to get it, and
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
I got myself some botanicals.
Got some botanicals.
My roots are showing.
Man, boy, aren't they?
Curious question here, kind of a for fun's question. What has been your most unique method of, I'll say, quoting or cutting in quotes? What has been your most unique method of cutting a cigar? Have you ever bit the tip off?
No.
I mean, maybe a long time ago on a gas station stick, and I don't have anything on me, and I just, chew off the tip of it or something.
I mean, I've known people to do that.
right? I've not done. My most unique, honestly, it would be on the golf course, and I don't have anything, and I will punch with a golf tee.
Makes sense.
Punch with the
I see that. Yeah, that makes
golf
sense.
tee.
Yeah.
And
So you're actually punching in a hole, not cutting out.
Yeah,
right?
correct.
Typical punch, you've got a small circle
Correct.
blade.
Now, you got to be careful because now you're not cutting anything, so you're expanding.
Yep.
So if you get too carried away, the whole back end of the thing cracks open. So you have to be real careful.
That is savage.
A skinny wooden tee versus a big fat plastic tee.
How far down are you punching that thing?
Just enough to break the cap?
Just a little bit to get a hole in the bottom of it so you can smoke.
Do you struggle with draw in that case?
If you do,
Open it up a little bit.
Open it a little bit. I've never really.
I'd be so worried about my entire cap coming unraveled in that case. But
again, it's, if I'm rolling with binder filler and that's all I got, I guess I'm smoking it on the golf course.
So I've avoided the guillotine more recently, mainly for a fear of overdoing. Although most of the time, if I'm in a cigar shop, I'm not using the silver box. We've talked about that before. But 9 times out of 10 in a shop run, I'm fine with straight cut. If it's a shop that's nice enough that they'll cut it for you, I'm fine with that. I got into the V cut because I've found that I actually think the profile is a little more broad flavor wise sometimes with V cut. Mm-hmm. Again, that's perception. That's not scientific from my end. I got into the punch because it was super controlled and super portable. So you can go on Amazon and buy, little punches that stay in your keychain. So I keep one on my keychain. I keep one in my golf bag, right?
Yep.
It is if I'm going for portability, right? I've got a lighter that has a torch and a soft flame. I can throw that in my pocket with my car keys that have a punch on it, and I'm good to go. So I do like that scenario for knowing, hey, I'm going somewhere. I don't want to carry my box of gadgets. I like it for that scenario. I really dislike guillotine cutters that you can't see both sides, right? You know what I'm talking about? A double blade, but where they have
a plate or something.
A plate on the back, like a design or.
But isn't that just to keep you from cutting too deep, right? Isn't that the whole idea of that?
One would think, but that is very relative, right?
Of course.
I had a Rocky Patel, the Edge the other night that I all but jacked up. No, it wasn't the Rocky Patel. It was the Fugazi. Mm-hmm. It was like my 3rd stick of the night, so it wasn't the end of the world. But
Fugazi.
Put it into that cutter. And again, if you treat it like that, you think, okay, I'm totally, but no, you still have to look at the cap and see how far down does that cap go? And I've plumb sliced, and that's not a deep cutter, Ryan. You know that cutter that I'm talking about. It's not deep.
Yeah.
Right? But it was enough so that it took the entire cap off. My bad, right?
Yeah.
Still smoked it. It turned out fine. Mm-hmm. But
you lick the end of your cigar a lot to keep it from
a lot of moisture.
A lot of moisture. You just grab a pocket knife and just slice off the back? You ever done something like that?
I've not.
So my strangest cutting implement, and this I'll receive it because I'm gonna get it.
Oh boy, here we go.
Nail clippers.
What?
Oh.
How?
Oh, I got so many questions.
I don't know how.
Go first.
Was it a torpedo? So there was like a little something.
No, that would have been helpful.
Finger or toe?
That's right. Big ones or little ones?
I mean, I'm not so bougie. I just have nail clippers.
Oh, well.
Whoa! Hold up.
Wait, large size or small size?
Yeah, what
clippers?
size? If
All
you're
size.
walking, no, that's not.
There's two sizes of clippers.
No, I understand that. I use them both. I don't discriminate.
Okay, so you own
But you
both.
own both
I
sizes.
own both.
Which size did you
Which
cut
side
your
did you use in the
stick with?
cigar?
It's been a long time. I don't
Okay.
I don't recall if it was the toe or the finger.
But am I recalling then correctly? Like that means that you've done this more than once?
No. I just
Are you like using the edge? Like, how did you get that?
Is it a V cut in the end?
No,
Like a
because
curve?
you're just like taking out you're like nipping away, just like nipping open.
I got into the punch. I think originally when I did my first.
Thanks for bringing us back, Patrick.
Yeah, I got you. We're just gonna act like that didn't need wrangling.
Bring it off the
No, it comes
toenails.
full circle. Give it a second. I got into the punch because I think I did that when I first ordered nubs. I might have had one, maybe two nubs prior, and liked them, and so I
If
think
you order the right amount of nubs,
Yes.
they'll send you a nub punch.
which I didn't get. But
That
I knew
thing's
that
awesome.
I
I've
knew
got
that
one of
nubs are often paired with punches, and I think obviously part of it is nub is a shorter stick from Oliva, and so
Only the good parts left.
yeah,
That's what
in
they
theory,
say,
it's
yeah.
only
the good
it's only that the best part of the cigar. So you're not wanting to take you're wanting to leave as much of the cigar as possible. The argument for the punch is along those lines. I will say, I don't know if that's true. Where the punch struggles and other cuts do well is with different ring gauges, though, right?
Yeah.
So I think a punch is great on at least this ring gauge. What are we at on this stick?
54 to 56.
54?
Yeah, we're probably at 56, I think.
Okay, right. So if you're there or up, certainly at a 60 or
A nub is going to be in the 60 range.
nubs in the 60, right?
Yeah.
So I think a punch actually is quite enjoyable on that, but you can't take a punch to a Lancero.
Not the nub one because they're big.
Right, the nub punches are actually quite wide, right? Like Cohiba makes a multi-punch tool that has like 4 different sizes of punch. I don't know what size
Aren't
mine
you
is, but
somebody? When did you get a Cohiba punch?
well, I can't afford. I can't afford
You can't afford
4-punch Cohiba. It's
You
like-
and Fidel don't get all punches.
yeah, that's exactly right. But so I think that's an interesting take too. Is the tool matters on ring gauge quite a bit, and the draw is going to be different based on your tool there too. So I'm a lot more likely to take a V cut to a larger ring gauge cigar because I have less likelihood of coming all the way through that cap or that second layer of the cap. Whereas on a smaller ring gauge, I am like on a Lancero, I am using a guillotine. I'm doing a straight cut on that because it's kind of all you can do anyway. But
You know what sold me on a V cut is whenever I borrowed one from somebody who has more time, money, and experience than me, and it was a deep V.
I think it was Jason.
It was something, and
I have a deep V.
I was like, I love.
You bought the same. Yeah,
I bought the
Jason
same
had
one,
a
yes.
real nice V
Because I
cutter.
have a good branded V cut that I've got but it was a cheaper end of their spectrum, and it doesn't go real deep, and it does the job. But then I got this, I was like, man, this is amazing.
Really opened it up.
Really
the cigars
opened it
for
up,
you.
and I really liked it. To bring us back around, fellas, I'm right into the start of the middle third.
Same.
And I will say it has chilled and
A lot.
and smoothed out, and all of the spectacular. What the heck is that? It's all kind of chilled
Yeah,
for me. It's a little peppery still,
it is peppery still. Yeah.
but I lost the botanical. I lost the sweetness so far. I don't know where that has gone. I've kind of retrohaled a couple of times trying to see if I can find it again, but have not. That's me.
Yeah, the flavor, I would agree, Stephen. It everything has settled way down and kind of lost the nuance. There's just sort of I don't know how to there's just a bed of flavor that's just kind of bland.
Well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about what's going into that because I think we can shed some light on what we're tasting.
I would love that.
I agree. I'm getting. It's not overpowering by any stretch of the imagination. There's some spice there now. It's a very subtle leather there. It's not a off-putting leather. It's very subtle that I'm kind of into here. Let's break it down based on what the makeup is. So, Ecuadorian Habano wrapper, right? Here's what you can expect, and this is generalities if you're smoking this on any stick, but certainly on this one. Red pepper spice, leather, roasted nuts.
Okay.
Darker Habano wrappers also bring in earthy sweetness. So that's probably some of what we were getting off that, especially off that light off the wrapper.
Yep.
The binder, which we talked about earlier, San Andrés. So that's going to bring, you'd be looking for a subtle cocoa or dark chocolate backbone. I think that's what we were smelling a little bit in there.
Yeah.
Some earth minerality. I think.
Whoa, Bill Nye.
Yeah.
Minerality.
So one of the reviews that I saw
if you wanted me to.
of this stick, the guy described it in what he was tasting as some of that sensation that you get when you put a penny in the mouth, that mineral taste.
Oh, okay.
Now, I haven't gotten a lot of that, but a touch of espresso bitterness, that bitterness that you get from strong espresso. You'll find that in San Andrés as well. And then the fillers. So we've got Dominican, Nicaraguan, and Connecticut Broadleaf. So those are bringing, all three are bringing different things. So Dominican, we talked about this, floral, aromatic, creamy. I think that's probably responsible. I would say that this stick is putting off a good volume of smoke.
Yes.
Which I enjoy.
So I'm definitely getting the chilled out creaminess. Maybe that's the San Andrés, because we know San Andrés tends to be a little chill, especially if it's the wrapper. It's just chill now. It's just chill for me. The peppery is just in the back of my throat every once in a while.
Mixed in there, you've got the Nicaraguan spice, and that's giving you your body, your coffee, your earth.
Yeah.
And then the Connecticut Broadleaf is really more odd in this cigar as a filler than the San Andrés, showing up as the binder.
Usually Connecticut Broadleafs are wrappers.
Yeah, and so in here as a filler, expect it to add molasses-like sweetness and this might shed some light here, a dark fruit or plum note in the background.
There's the plums.
There's the dang plums again.
The dang plums.
I am getting that molasses sweetness on the retrohale.
Yeah.
Which right now at kind of the middle point of the cigar, there's where the flavor, like just to draw in and exhale, stands retrohaling. There's not a lot of flavor, but with the retrohale, it does add a nice sweet note to it that brings this stick a little more alive.
What's your philosophy on aging in the humidor? Or resting, if you will. Like, there's plenty of guys that are a hard and fast rule. Nothing I smoke right away. I put it in my box at least a couple weeks. Now, I'm not that guy. If I get something I'm really excited about and I got, a poker night that week or whatever, I'm more than happy to crack it. Do you have a rule of thumb with your humidors? Do you guys always throw them in for a week or two, a couple months? What's your policy?
A little bit. Anything I do through mail order, I try to let it sit 2 weeks minimum.
Okay, so you do have a little bit of a rule.
Yeah. If I buy something at a brick and mortar and bring it home from there, I don't have any qualms smoking it within a couple of days. Those are usually pretty well ready to go. But something, I don't know the journey that took from the shop to my house and the airplanes and the mail trucks.
The U.S. Postal Service.
And all the different temperatures and everything. And I've just found, generally speaking, not that the cigars don't taste good. I find they don't burn very well. And so letting them kind of recalibrate themselves in my humidor, which I tend to keep my humidor a little more dry. I like a drier cigar overall.
What's your point? Your dew point?
64.
Okay.
Yeah, 64, 65.
Yeah, you are drier. Yeah, I run mine holds right at 69. I think I've said before. I throw 72 packs in, and both of my humidors sit at 69. I've just started dry boxing.
What's that?
So pulling it out ahead of time, right? Whether it's 2 hours ahead of time or 8 hours ahead of time, throw it in a little like travel Herford or whatever.
Without any humidification.
Right? So, hey, let's say we're playing poker Friday night.
Hey, we're playing poker Friday night.
Are we playing poker this week?
No, we're not. I wish.
But we just did, right? This last weekend we played poker on Friday night. So I got home like midday. I went down and grabbed what I was going to bring that night, threw it in the dry box until I went to poker, and that, later in the evening, 7-8 hours later.
What are you using for your dry box?
I'm just using my little travel, a little Pelican travel.
Oh, okay.
The
Yeah.
The HERF.
And it's really only to be away from the humidification of your humidor.
Yeah.
There's nothing special
I'm not
about
moving it like
said
outside
box.
the sun. I'm just throwing it in there to get it out of the humidification, to dry it out a little bit. And again, that's because I'm trying to get a better burn. Again, it's summertime. We're in the Midwest. It's been humid. It's been warm. And what I've been finding certainly the last month or so is that, some of them are struggling to either stay lit or burn really well, and or the flavors aren't what I'm knowing or expecting. And I found that drying it out a little bit is helping the burn. It's helping stay a little bit better, and I'm getting a fuller expression of those flavors as well.
Let's do it.
When you open up the box, right? So I'm thinking of I have 2 humidors at home. One, I have been keeping cigars for the show in.
Okay.
Right. Now, I won't bore you with the rabbit trail. We can do this another episode, but I basically have mid-sized Pelican cases that are cedar lined. Right. So just as a kind of a reference point.
A DIY project of yours.
Yeah, that was a fun and another time.
That's a long conversation.
But they do really well, right? Like they hold super well. They hold humidity really well.
Yeah.
Throwing in the cedar, certainly gives me every bit of that. That's the same, I guess, same experience that I'd be getting from a normal box. One is the cigars for the show, and that's really just for my own separation. And Patrick, no, you don't smoke those, Patrick. Those are for that.
Those are not for you.
That's for your friends. And my other box is my stash, and I'd say, I haven't counted, but I'd say there's 50 plus in there at kind of any given time.
They're crying for help.
His friends need to come over.
Now, I've not bought any big packs other than, a couple 5-packs for the show, but I've really not bought any big packs recently. So there are definitely some 6 in there that have been there a while. There's a Corojo that you gave me, early on. Still got it in there.
Wow.
There's a Liga sitting
I was going to say, I know you're sitting on the Liga.
Wait a minute. Why haven't you? Can I have your Liga?
You may not have the Liga. I bought that Liga with no intention of when, but knew that there would come a day where I would want a
This
Liga.
is like a first daughter wedding day cigar, right?
I feel like something's coming.
The longer it sits, the more hyped up it becomes. What is your decision-making process when you go in there? How do you choose, what you're pulling out? Is it... I won't even preface that with anything other than how do you guys decide what you're pulling out of the box at any given time? Now, admittedly, we've all been in a spot where it's I only have so many options in here right now when it gets down low. That's a different scenario too.
Yeah.
But let's say it's foolish. How are you picking what you pick?
Man, that's got to deal with what I'm about to do.
Same. Yeah.
Okay,
If
go
I'm
on.
about to, I do enjoy a cigar cutting grass. Right. And so I will smoke one pretty much every time I cut the grass. And
You on a riding mower?
I'm a riding mower guy.
Steering wheel or zero turn?
Yeah, well, I don't have that big a yard. It's got a steering wheel on it.
Okay.
I don't need, it doesn't need to be fancy to cut grass, right?
Yeah.
I want it because I do enjoy the smoking of a cigar, but I don't need to worry about, hey, I'm smoking a Liga cutting grass. Nobody does. I don't have that kind of cash. And so it's going to be your daily driver stick is what it's going to be
So there's
something.
no banned Nicaraguans that you got.
Yeah, that's what
exactly.
those are made for.
Right. It's
the Fugazis for me, Brian, something like that.
It's the Countryman that Jason smokes.
Good time,
Countryman. He smokes. I bet you money he smokes those when he cuts
certain of
grass.
it.
Oh, 100%.
And so
He's probably smoking one right now, grounded.
Probably grounded by his mother. But so that. It really depends on what I'm about to do.
Okay.
I think that matters. If I'm going to go gamble some of these sticks away, I'm not pulling out the $5 stuff to give to you jokers. I don't want you to have my good stuff.
Yeah, well, the way you've been playing lately, that's probably a good strategy.
Shut up. That's not fair. I got bad cards. It's not my fault.
I'm the same way, though. Almost never anymore. Certainly when I, was newer to cigars, I would open the box with a stick or two in mind. Because at that point, it was still a lot of trying it. I haven't had this one yet. I want to try this one out or whatever. Now, I'll open the box, see what I got in there. And, it's how much time do I have? Do I got enough for one stick? Am I going to have time for two? So that's going to determine.
If I'm grilling, if I'm cooking and I have a good 45 minutes, I'm not pulling out a 2-hour stick.
Right.
I don't want to snuff it.
Right.
Right.
Sounds like you smoke every time you go outside.
I love this for
This
you.
is not a true statement, honey. I promise if you're listening.
I'm not quite at my family stage where I can smoke every time I go outside, but I am really looking forward to getting there.
I remember the day I stopped hiding that from my children. It was a glorious day. Glorious day.
I'd be fine. I'd be fine for it mowing the lawn. Yeah, that would be fine. Yeah. Grilling, I'm not grilling long enough at this point in our flow.
It's not every time, but every once in a while when I cook like
smoking some meat,
like a tri-tip, or I'm like smoking something and I got a good little chunk of time. It's lovely.
Every once in a while when I've gone out to grill, I will take my pipe.
Yeah.
Just a half a bowl even.
That's a good idea.
Get it. But yeah, it really depends. What am I doing? How much time do I have? What's the occasion? And also my humidor, I could probably reach in blind and pull out a stick that I'm not going to be mad that's the stick I'm going to smoke. Sure. I've been where you're at, Stephen, where it's like, boy, everything that's in here has been in here a little longer than I would like. There's nothing fun or new or fresh. Or I'm also a size guy. Like if I could only ever smoke Toro cigars, like that would be my go-to. So when I open up, and usually what happens is when I get down to the bottom of the barrel, it's a lot of Robustos. And I just don't want, I just don't get excited to be like, oh, I'm going to smoke a Robusto, which is silly because I've got some great Robustos in my humidor.
Little 30, 45 minute grill time, and that Robusto's perfect.
Yeah, and anymore, I'm liking the Robusto. I used to be a big Churchill guy.
Yeah, you were.
I mean, for a good while. And I have migrated more towards the Robustos. You guys know I'm a slower smoker than I think both of you are typically. It takes me a little bit longer, probably because I talk so much.
What?
Yeah, surprise. So I found the Robusto is a better sweet spot for me because I like it if I'm going to hang out with friends.
Keeps you on pace with everyone
keeps you
else.
On pace. I can get a second stick in, right? Hey, we're hanging out at Jason's house, on a random whatever night. I can get 2 sticks in for sure, which I really enjoy. Sometimes I get bummed if I only get, oh crap, I only got 1 in when everybody else got 3 in.
I'm finishing up my middle third, getting ready to dive into the final third here. No significant change. Still getting that molassesy sweetness on the retrohale. So I'm hoping for some flavor pick me up here on this final third.
I'm peeling the band. I'm not all the way to it, but I don't want to catch it on fire.
I will say this.
Bad form. Catching your band on fire.
The flavors here in the middle third
they're just subdued.
They're subdued, right? They're muted for me, but I would still put them in a premium taste zone. This is not a bland cigar.
It's not a one note.
No.
I hope flavor note.
Yeah, if you're picking that up from this, that's not what's happening.
It's nuanced. It is subtle, right? So it's not punching us in the face. It's not like a toothy Rocky where you're like, man, there's a lot going on here, and it is bold. And I think maybe that really may be more to the strength of the cigar as well that we're experiencing, right?
This medium body?
Medium to light.
Medium to light body. Okay, which I agree with, yeah.
I will say this. I wonder because that spiciness has maintained itself it did dip in the middle. It kind of came down a little bit, but it didn't disappear. And I feel like some of these flavors, because they are so subtle, are being hidden by that spice.
Okay.
So as after an exhale and kind of trying to distinguish what taste is lingering in my mouth, it's just a lot of spice. Not overly spicy, not harsh or anything, but I feel like it's just hiding the other flavors that just can't quite break through that pepperiness. So, Stephen, you mentioned earlier that you got a a nice healthy dose of chocolate. As I've entered into this final third here, again, we're smoking the EP Carrillo Black Swan, and was able to achieve a retrohale, which is a skill set that I'm still trying to learn and become more familiar with. But did that, and boom, chocolate.
Yeah.
100, like real good quality milk chocolate hit.
Yeah,
It was nice. It was very nice.
We celebrate the Lord here that he decided to put some of our tasting capacity in our nasal passage.
Sure.
What good,
What mad scientists, right?
how good the Lord is to us.
Yeah, it's delicious. That when that cocoa hits on this, it's quite good.
The spice is almost all gone now for me.
Yeah. Yeah, that chocolate note kind of rolled in like a wave and has become the predominant flavor of choice here. And the spice just went away.
To me, it doesn't land on the earthy end of the spectrum at all. There's no grassiness.
That's gone.
There's no cedary parts to this. It's just a different profile than the other two Black Swans.
Oh, big time. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is getting interesting again.
Yeah. It's, again, kind of what you expect, right? That last third, the flavor changes on just about every cigar. Kind of fun to see what you're going to get.
It's just smooth, creamy, and chocolatey.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting on this last third. The spice is gone. It's not bitter.
No.
It's not getting bad. It's just really nice and chocolatey.
On its own merits, where would you rate it? Not related to the other Black Swan.
Yeah.
Just on its own merits tonight.
I was quite impressed. I would be in the 8 for me. It was good. I really enjoyed it. Maybe 8.5. It was pretty high up there for me. Maybe not the pledge. Whatever I gave the pledge, if you remembered listening, because I don't. But it would be right up there with it. Maybe slightly below.
I am melting my fingers here.
I'm at like maybe a 7.75 on this. The only reason I would dock it down, the construction of mine, I would not say has been like the best construction I've ever had. That's a minor complaint, but it's not. It's not the best construction.
Yeah.
There's been spots where it's kind of blown out or burnt a little unevenly, or like it's got some runners. And that being said, this is a very compelling, interesting smoke.
Yeah.
And for that carries a lot in my book. It's memorable. This is not just a run of the mill.
Well, I'm going to be the Eeyore of the group tonight.
Love this for you.
Good for you. Thanks for noticing.
It's 5.2.
I'm just barely a 6.
Okay. Wow. Wow. He doesn't want to say 5 because we don't want to make fun of him, but it's a 6.
No, I would have. I mean, I was debating in my 5.5. It's a 6. And it's only a 6 because the construction all around, the total experience of smoking this cigar edges it out. But from a flavor only standpoint, it just didn't do a lot for me. Like the flavors were fine. If the middle wouldn't have died off so severely, it'd be an easy 6, right? Maybe even a 6.5. Fine cigar, good cigar.
Yeah.
But yeah, just it's fine. It's fine.
It's good. It's a good stick. I want to validate some of your comments there too. I agree. I wanted the flavors to be more pronounced on this than they were.
Yeah.
I wanted way more out of the middle. If this thing was the final third all the way through, well, that's a good time. Or the first half an inch.
Mm-hmm.
If you gave me those two things, more of that throughout the entire cigar, that'd be real fun. So a little housekeeping, I guess, for us as we're wrapping up here. We've mentioned it plenty of times through the episode, but we really do want to engage with you guys. Join us over on Reddit if that's your place of hanging out. And if it's not, come hang out over there. I'd really like to know, for those of you that have smoked this before, or especially any of the rest of the Black Swan series, love to hear what your thoughts are. We'd love to engage with you guys on that and talk about it a little bit more. diving deeper. Are we nuts? If you've smoked it before, do you think we're absolutely off our rocker?
Yeah, I'd love to hear.
We're okay. Like, just torch us in the comments. We're fine with that.
Oh, yeah.
Let us know.
My feelings will be fine.
Well, gents, it was a lot of fun smoking this EP Carrillo Black Swan with you all.
Yes.
It was delightful.
Appreciated hearing your thoughts and input. Appreciate those of you tuning in and listening. Look forward to having you join us for our next outing where we will probably share the same stories again. So
Keep on smoking.
keep on smoking. Until the next time, thanks for joining us on the Burn Offerings podcast. We'll see you around.
Thank you for listening to Burnt Offerings. Be sure to subscribe on your favorite platform and let us know what you thought of the show.